Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about narcissism in borderline personality disorder. I'm going to talk about behaviors. I'm not attacking people. I'm identifying toxic, abusive, manipulative, controlling behaviors in people with this disorder because it's profound. There's a huge misunderstanding how BPD and MPD overlap. There's so much overlap in all 10 personality disorders, but these two in particular is massive. It's huge. It's hurting survivors who don't know what they're really dealing with. The misinformation comes from victims, it comes from social media, and even professionals. This is not about demonizing anyone. It's about understanding behavioral patterns that destroy relationships and create trauma. Both are on the spectrum of narcissism. BPD leans emotionally reactive, while NPD leans emotionally detached. Both use projection, denial, blame shifting, and control to protect fragile self-image. There are many narcissistic traits in borderline. Grandiosity under stress. I'm not the problem, you are. Victim narcissism. Using pain to control or guilt others. Entitlement in relationships. Emotionally caretaking is expected. These are one-sided relationships. They're not reciprocated. I've helped hundreds of clients. I've heard hundreds of stories, and never, ever once does a borderline meet the other person's emotional needs. Not one. And if you think they might have, you probably aren't in good understanding of what your emotional needs are. It's not conditional, it's not sometimes, it's not transactional. It's all the time, all 10. Identity instability, self-importance replaced by self-hate cycles. Manipulation as survival. May not be malicious sometimes, or for either one sometimes, but it's still destructive. Understanding this overlap doesn't make you hateful. It makes you informed. Exploitation. Profound in borderlines and narcissists. Profound. I think all. I think once you cross that line into personality disorders, I think the chances are great that you exploit people. But when you're in the cluster B, you exploit people. You're right there next to antisocial, sociopaths, and psychopaths who will never interact with someone unless it's exploitation. Neighbors, cousins, siblings. It's so profound that we have to wonder, are we helping or enabling them? Because they're exploiting you. That's why you have to wonder. If you ever have to wonder that, gee, am I helping them or enabling them? They're exploiting you, unless it's a child. Clustering these two disorders together in the same cluster is not coincidence, it's pathology. Example. You guys see them sometimes, the comments. I make videos to help victims of borderlines, of their abuse, of their trauma, to help you recover. And they feel it necessary to go down there and say, I'm wrong, I don't do this. That's not me. And I'm not trying to, I want you to understand that this is showing their attack on their identity is how they feel, that I'm attacking their identity. They identify with a group that's mental illness. That's it. It's not a group. It's mental illness. And they identify with it. And if I say anything bad about it, I'm attacking their identity. And they aren't even realizing it. But it's immensely narcissistic. These videos are to help people heal from massive emotional trauma. And they make it all about them. As if I'm talking about them. For two disorders that have two different primary diagnoses, they share all the secondary diagnoses. Whether it's disorders or traits, anxiety disorders, depression disorders, addiction disorders, identity disturbance, impulsivity, splitting, and many, many other things. That's how common their primary diagnosis is, those two. Narcissism is a spectrum that we are all on. So for people to tell me, for a psychologist to come in and tell me, oh, they're so different, they have nothing to do with each other, it's like, we're all on that spectrum. All of us. So to say a borderline isn't, is insane. It's just wrong. We are not even low on the narcissistic spectrum. We are all right in the middle. A few have the disorder, a few have no ego. Not many. But mental illness on its own raises narcissism. Someone depressed enough is more narcissistic than the average middle narcissistic person. They're less self-reliant, borderlines, which makes them manipulative. And they have an insecure identity, ego, which makes them unstable identity, which is BPD. Massive. Narcissism is a borderline's defense. It's their ego. Up to 40% of people diagnosed with borderline personality disorder are also diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. Up to 40%. And I guarantee you, as it goes undiagnosed, borderline, it's even higher. These are just diagnosed. Narcissists are less likely to ever be diagnosed than borderlines. Borderlines often go get help. 1 session, 4 sessions, gone, go back to another one, get another one, their whole life. Get diagnosed 4 times. The overlap is so profound. The biggest people on our planet, dead or alive, in this field, are the ones that support this. Dr. Otto Kernberg, most respected in personality disorder theory, wrote the book on borderline narcissistic personality organization. Dr. Theodore Milton, huge authority on diagnostic personality structure, identified borderline and narcissistic subtypes. He's the one who did it. Dr. John Gunderson, Harvard psychiatrist, father of BPD research, delineated how BPD symptoms overlap with narcissistic defenses. These are the biggest ones. They're all saying it. It's in the DSM. The DSM acknowledges comorbidity and co-occurrence, not just overlapping traits. If I'm wrong, show me. Anywhere I'm wrong, show me genuinely. Not with feelings, not with attacks, not with projection. Bring me evidence, bring me the DSM. This channel's for people healing from harm, not defending it. To all of you, diagnosis doesn't matter. Okay? To you guys, the victims here, recovering, healing, growing, it doesn't matter. You don't need anything or anyone to tell you abuse is wrong. Neglect is wrong. Exploitation is wrong. Controlling is wrong. If you're in this, step outside of it. Tell someone. Ask for help. Okay? I appreciate thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. But most of all, guys, love yourself first. Okay? Thanks for watching.